Alright, in this video I want to show you an example of something that I did a couple years ago which generated me probably about 100,000 visitors per day with just about $20 per month and a little bit of super glue. So this is an example of just kind of some outside of the box thinking that you can maybe use this example to look for ways to think outside the box in your niche or whatever it is that you're doing. So a couple of years ago there was this product called Royalty, these little gem things. This is the one that I had, real small. You can kind of see the size of it in comparison to my keyboard here. And what they did was they were these little I don't know, kind of like a little radio frequency or something inside of them, but basically for like 20 bucks I think per month or something, you get a couple of these, and you could have there's a setting within I think it's Android devices that it's not a push notification, but it's like a notification that gets pushed to their alerts when you swipe down, or however you do it on Android. There's like little alerts and notifications. It's not an official push notification, but it's like an alert. And whenever this device is in range of a Android device, it can just ping out that message to all those devices. And since most people on the planet, like I think half or over half or something, have Android devices, and the other half is like iPhones or whatever, but half of them have about half have about Androids devices, and Samsung and whatnot. You can ping your message to however many people come in contact. And I think I don't know the exact range of these little gems, but it was something like, I don't know, 20, 40 feet or something like that. May have been even more. But basically, when people pass by, they would get, if they check their alerts or check their notifications on their phone, they would see your message, and you could customize that. You could rotate it, you could be whatever. You just you had a little back office, and you could change that dynamically, so you could put these out wherever you wanted. A lot of people were using it for their brick and mortar businesses, but I wanted to, I was trying to think a little bit bigger because I don't have a brick and mortar business, and I wanted way more traffic. So I live in Austin, and so what I did was, because even if I was to place these in downtown Austin where there's lots of people walking around with phones, at best I might get a couple hundred, couple thousands of little pings per day and stuff, and I wanted way more than that. And I wanted it, I'm lazy, so I wanted this all to be on autopilot and stuff. And so what I chose to do, let's see here, I live in Austin. This is a map of Austin, and these are the main north-south roads: 183, Mopac Highway 1, and I-35, which is interstate. And as it just so happens, there's a couple of places where there are bridges that cross these roads. And so let me see if I can find one of them. I think so I went to, let's see, I think it was like here, I believe. No, yep, this one. So this is a bridge, and it intersects, this is a big highway, and then this is 183. I don't know how many people pass by this to and from work every single day, but probably thousands. It's probably a ridiculous number. Maybe there's some data out there, but to give you a more accurate number, but thousands and thousands of people are going north, south, to work and back every single day and going this way. And so there's a bridge right here, and you can walk across it. And so I just walked across it, and had some duct tape in my pocket, and had one of those little devices, one of these little guys. I had 3 of them, but I used 2 of them. So one of them I placed here. It may still be there, I don't know. But I put it here. And then another one, I wanted to make sure and get 35 too, because this is like an interstate, so people from all over the country are going up and down here. And I live up in this area up here, and there just so happens to be a bridge right here too that you can walk across. So again, I just walked across this one, stuck one of my little gems on there, kind of in the middle of the bridge. So again, I'm catching this traffic, and I'm catching this. Everybody that goes under this bridge or goes on 35, I'm catching all that. So hopefully that gives you some ideas of just how to think outside the box and how to just stretch maybe your marketing budget. These little devices are only like $20, and since then, I don't know if this brand is still around, but since then they had some competition. There's some other brands and devices that popped up that do the same thing. It would be awesome if it was a push notification instead of just a little ping of notification or whatever. But you just work with what you've got. But basically, this was a way for me to passively get in front of thousands and thousands of real people that were going to be changing from day to day, and I could just get my message in front of a portion of those people all day, every day on autopilot, and I could dynamically change that link that I was pinging them from my back office. So anytime I wanted to change it or split test something, I could do that. So hopefully that gives you an idea of how to kind of think outside the box, and how myself and the people inside of my program think a little bit differently. I introduce them to ways of thinking like this and ideas like this, and you can do this all across the board. And one of the reasons we're successful is not so much that we're like so much smarter than everybody else, or we have so much better systems and whatnot. It's just we think a little bit differently. We're not necessarily working harder. I don't even know if you consider it like working smarter or whatever, but we just think about problems a little bit differently. We solve them in different ways, and most of the time, the reason why we make such giant, crazy ROIs is not that we're experts at conversion and sales and things like that. We've just found ways, really simple ways, to significantly reduce all of our costs and expenses, so that all the profits that we do make it's 100% profit. So if you want to learn what it is that I do, what it is that a lot of my students have taught this to do and have been doing successfully for the last 5 years plus, is you can go over to SEOaffiliatedomination.com/apply. Learn a little bit more about the program and system we put together. It's a simple, scalable, sustainable method for creating passive income online. This is what I've been doing myself for the last 5+ years. This is what I have. I do what I teach, and this is what got me to where I am. We also sell this program and stuff, but the bulk of my income for the last 5 years has come from doing what I teach, not teaching what I do. But this, my students have been able to have the same success as me. You see a bunch of their stories on this page. But if that's something you're interested in learning more about, or you've been searching for a way to create passive income online, and or just a way to create income, period, just a little side hustle or whatever, something that you can scale up. Or, if you want to keep it a side hustle, that's fine too. Some people just are looking for a way to make a couple $100 extra a month, and this is something you can absolutely use to do that. So hopefully you got some value out of this video, this example, this illustration. That's just something simple I did back in the day, and that's just kind of how I think about everything. And so you'll get plenty more examples of that. And plenty more like ahas, epiphany moments inside of this training. It's not a very long training because we focus on action and implementation. Don't want to bog you down so much with a 72-hour course that you'll never be able to complete. We want to give you a simple recipe so you can execute it over and over and over again, because that's what's ultimately going to get you the results that you seek, which is money in your bank account. So if you want to learn how to do that, head on over to SEOaffiliatedomination.com/apply to learn more.